Well, obviously had a good weekend at Ole Miss, had a good midweek last night against Prairie View, and now, all of our attention has turned to Mizzou. It's our last, obviously conference series before we go into the conference tournament. We have a bye the last weekend of conference. So excited to celebrate our seniors. I'm not a big senior day person, which will, I don't mean that in a bad way, but I'm just, we're not done playing. So I tell them not to get so emotional about it. Like, let's keep playing ball. But it is a good day to celebrate and really, thank them for everything that they've done and for our program. So, but I want to win. So we're going to focus on Mizzou, and I think they're going to give us a hard time. I think it's a really good team. Their record maybe doesn't show that in conference play, but I think just like Ole Miss, they're going to be very, very scrappy and have a lot of different arms.
Just how important was last weekend and the way you battled back after dropping the first one in a difficult fashion to get that series victory and come into this last weekend, this last homestand with some positive momentum?
Yeah, it was huge, honestly, and really, we were kind of talking. I was talking to people that have been here previously. Like last year, I felt like if that would have happened, the series would have been kind of done for, and I really think we did a nice job of fighting back. I felt like the Ole Miss series, we got to feel what it was like to be really united as one against an opponent. And that was my talk to them yesterday about, like, that's really what's fun to me. And we kind of talked about this after the game on Sunday, was just all of our focus was how do we beat Ole Miss? How do we beat Ole Miss? And how does, Trinity Cannon beat her? How does Rylan Wiggins beat her? How does Amari Harper beat her? And so, like, getting all of that energy into how we were going to help our team win a game, I think, or even really win a pitch. I think we really got a taste of it, and so that's what I want us to take into this Mizzou series, because I think it's going to be hard.
So what specifically brought you guys together as a unit? And was there chippiness? I don't.
Yeah, it was a little spicy. Yeah, I like spicy though. I've said that. So I was pleased with our response. I think, for whatever reason, there was a lot of chirping, and it started Friday night, first pitch. It was, I enjoy that. And so my thing is, you let your play talk. So, we're going to stand up for ourselves, but we got to finish the game. And so that's the biggest revenge, I think, honestly, is smiling and looking at the scoreboard. So I think, this weekend, I don't know that it's necessarily going to be chirpy, but we're definitely going to bring good energy, and we're going to, hopefully send this thing out the way it needs to for our seniors.
Do we know who those seniors are?
Yes. So Morgan Smith, Madison Preston, and Star Ferguson. Yeah. So Shaylee has elected to come back, so I'm pumped about that. She's had a really good year.
Sometimes you never know who's...
Amen. Yeah. Well, and the other thing is honestly, I am in my first year, so we have a lot of flexibility of that. And with the portal, there's a lot of flexibility always on the player side. So, I always tell fans, be appreciative and love kind of who you're watching on the field this year, because you never know who's going to be on the field next year.
What have Morgan and Star kind of meant, just as the seniors who stayed through the coaching change, the continuity that was with the roster, just for everyone buying in?
Yeah, I think it's been kind of unique and fun. So I'll start with Mo. Mo is like super quiet. I never really, you never really know what's going on in her head. I'm always like, Mo, what are you thinking? And she's a processor, and so she's never too high, never too low, and I think what she's done is she's given me really good information. So like the pulse of the team, how we're doing, kind of what she thinks, in the batter's box. You could see her. She never, she might swing at a bad pitch, but she doesn't do it usually twice in an at bat. And so, sorry, my allergies. But yeah, so she's just been pretty steady, hopefully she's learned some things this year from us, but I know I've learned a lot from her, and, she's going to go out and be super successful in the world. She's like a biomechanical engineer, I don't know, science, yeah. So, she's just somebody that I think is kind of the calm, steady voice of the program. And I think if you talk to her, she's really enjoyed her 4 years here. She loved Coach Joe, and I think hopefully she's loved her time with me. But she's just been, I don't know, I'm just very thankful for her, honestly. And she's not been in the lineup, then out of the lineup, then in the lineup, and you'll never see a change in her approach, how she treats her teammates, just very professional. Star is another one. Like, Star has been working her tail off, and she got an opportunity. She's gotten some opportunities here and there. And she got an opportunity this weekend and ran with it, and obviously last night played last night, and will continue to get opportunities because she's earned them. And I don't know, she's to me like, you always talk about, you guys got to keep working because you never know when your name's going to get called, and be ready. And I felt like Star has been ready every time we've put her in those opportunities or put her in those games. And so I think for me, that's what she's leaving here, is like, you can be a senior and somebody that contributes in different ways, and then all of a sudden get opportunities that come along, and like, how do you respond? And I think she's been a really good locker room kid. I think she's taking care of things both on and off the field. And so I don't know, I'm really thankful for both of them in particular, because they've helped with that transition.
I know you said you're not emotional about senior night, but with it being, and I know you're also playing for a chance to have more ball games at this ballpark as well, but with this being the last game on the schedule, your first team, immediate success here, how much extra emotion will there be this weekend for this group to play in front of the families?
Yeah, I'm just not wired that way. Yeah, I think for me, I'll look back at the end of the year. What I'm really excited about, like, this place is special, and I feel like the 12th man, they've come out. I mean, every game. Yesterday's game got changed to a 2 o'clock. Then we had to move it to 2:30, and we still had. I mean, we had quite a few people here. I think we had over 1,000 announced. Yeah. And that's just impressive. And so for me, that's what I really have enjoyed, is the atmosphere. I think we can start to see some things building, some traditions building here at Davis Diamond. And that's what really excites me. I mean, I enjoy this facility. I think every day I come out to it, I know that I'm blessed, and I'm hoping to have lots of years here, and lots of wins here out on this field. And I don't know, I feel like I don't take it for granted every day, and so it's not really any different.
And then we haven't seen her in a couple of weeks, but what is the status of Keely Williams?
Yeah, so we're still kind of trying to heal her up a little bit. So this weekend she's most likely going to be out. We'll wait and get final word, but we're hoping to have her for SEC tournament.
What is the injury?
It's her back, yeah. So those things are finicky, and she's a freshman, so we don't want to do anything. She's got 4 years, 3 now, left. So we don't really want to do anything that kind of prolongs this, into her career here.
To that end, do you kind of anticipate that you'll put her out there when she's fully ready to go, she can do everything, rather than like maybe run or this or that? You think just
Yeah, I am. I'm gonna wait until she's good and she feels good, and we'll progress her back. So she'll do some things in practice and those types of things before we kind of let her go. But I think it's also going to be tough, throwing her right back into a game. So maybe she gets an at bat here or there. I mean, we'll kind of see how she feels moving forward. But not having live at bats now it'll be pretty much 3 weeks. That's kind of hard to jump right back into it. So.
You have said in the past, like, your pitching will be good, but your defense won't be, and like your hitting won't be, and like vice versa.
Right.
How are you seeing that kind of mesh together now, this late in the season?
Yeah, I felt like we still haven't put it all together, to be honest with you. I thought Sunday we did well defensively. We obviously hit a lot, and then we made some. Basically, they got 4 runs off of us, and you blinked your eye and you don't even know what happened. Like, it was just almost like we weren't concentrating, and so I think, last night we did a good job, obviously pitching wise, but I just really want us, I still think we have room to grow, and we're young, and I think we're going to be young again next year, to be honest with you. And so it's just continuing to have those conversations, and, you know, I'm setting some things up in the bullpen for the pitchers today of just how much space they really have, like where the ball needs to go in order for the ball to break here. And it's just continuing to have those conversations of how to really command the plate, because at the end of the day, that's like the pitcher should command the plate. Like if I want to put a ball here, I can put it here. And I don't think we're there yet. So I don't know. I mean, we have one more series to put it all together, and I think we match up well against Mizzou, but I think it's gonna be hard. But again, like these are just, I look at this like our conference is such a blessing because it's getting us ready for postseason. We're not going to face anything in postseason that we have not already seen. And so that to me really excites me. And that's why you play in the SEC. You play in the SEC because at the end of the day, everybody wants to be playing in Oklahoma City. And there's no better conference that preps you for Oklahoma City.
Excuse my ignorance, because I don't know how the Pac-12 does their scheduling. But
yeah.
With the bye week falling on the final weekend, how much of a scheduling oddity is that, and what did, if anything, what did y'all do to try and fill that weekend with a non-conference that ultimately just led to it being open?
Yeah, so it's funny. I had it last year at the Pac and had it this year. Could be my first year here. So obviously we play Houston midweek, so we put that in there. Tech has a bye this past weekend, and so when that kind of happened, I had texted Coach Snyder to see if he wanted to play, and it didn't work out for him. So we would typically try to fill it up, even if it's just like a doubleheader or just a Friday-Saturday game, because really, ideally, you would love to have a break in the middle of conference, kind of rest the bodies a little bit and get things going. So the good thing is we'll be able to get some practices in before we head out for our SEC conference tournament. So we didn't have that last year in the Pac, so it was literally rest and then go into postseason. So at least we're getting the conference tournament in before heading to postseason. So I think it'll be good. I mean, get a little rest, you know, catch up on things. They have school that's finishing up here in the next couple of weeks, so all of that kind of works in our favor. Then it's softball, my favorite.
So I guess with it being your last final weekend, what kind of statement are y'all hoping to make, given that you still have the opportunity to hopefully play yourself into hosting?
Yeah, I think we're a long shot from that, to be honest with you. I think we're outside of that bubble. The South Carolina series hurt us, but it is what it is, like we made our bed, we're lying in it. But what I do think what I would like us to do is honestly, like, it's not really about hosting, but how are we finishing? How are we finishing conference play? How are we still working to kind of put all three facets of the game together? So really that's where I would like them to put their focus on, of just being able to take care of business every single weekend, because that's really what the tough part is. It's not really like going out and winning one game. It's can you do it for 3 games in a row, back to back to back? And I mean, we're capable, but we got to come ready to play.
Awesome.
Thank you.